केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Here on Newshour at 9, today we talk about the big political development. Remember, within exactly a month, for the second time, we saw Rahul Gandhi slip into his street fight avatar. If it was the Prime Minister's residence on 21st of July, today it was Parliament Street Police Station. And this time Rahul Gandhi arrived with 19-year-old Sahil Lochap, who alleges he was hit by pellets during the July 20th student protest at Jantar Mantar. The demand was specific: register an FIR on Sahil's complaint over the alleged pellet firing. What followed was nearly 7 hours of high drama. Rahul Gandhi met the DCP, refused to leave without an FIR, sat down inside the police station and was later joined by Priyanka Gandhi. Outside, Congress workers gathered. Inside, the standoff continued. By evening came the twist. Delhi police finally registered an FIR against unknown accused, and significantly, the FIR itself records that Sahil's complaint prima facie discloses a cognizable offence.
पैलेट्स देख लीजिए इनको, ये कहाँ से आए? ये इनके शरीर से आए, दिखाओ। ये इनके यहाँ लगे छर्रे, 200 छर्रे इनके शरीर के अंदर है। ये है एम्स की रिपोर्ट, जिसमें साफ लिखा है कि इनके शरीर में 200 से ज्यादा छर्रे हैं। हम सिर्फ ये कह रहे हैं कि FIR दर्ज कीजिए। अंदर से हमें बताया जा रहा है कि देखिए, ऊपर से ऑर्डर आया, FIR नहीं हो सकता है। फाइनल परमिशन फाइनल होके होम सेक्रेटरी और अमित शाह जी को देना पड़ा, तब इन्होंने जाके फाइनल FIR दिया है। तो आप समझ जाइए FIR रोक कौन रहा था।
Now, Congress is claiming both vindication and victory, and the timing couldn't have scripted a better political setup. Because just a day after Rahul Gandhi sat for 7.5 hours with a student, demanded an FIR and got one, he takes Chhatron Ki Goonj to its next edition tomorrow. For now, for Congress, at least it's round one to Rahul Gandhi.
झुकती है दुनिया, झुकाने वाला चाहिए, ये राहुल गांधी जी ने साबित कर दिया है। नेता प्रतिपक्ष 7.5 घंटे तक बैठे रहे और जब तक FIR नहीं उठी वो डटे रहे।
राहुल गांधी जी की अपनी रूख, अपनी दृढ़ता, अपनी अडिग रहने की जो मनोबल, उनके साथ साथ पीड़ितों की जो समर्थन मिला है, इसके चलते परिणाम ये हुआ कि राहुल गांधी जी की जीत हुई, जय जयकार हो रहे हैं।
कि भाजपा ने संविधान और लोकतंत्र का ये हाल कर दिया है कि नेता प्रतिपक्ष को 7 घंटे धरने पे बैठना पड़ रहा है एक FIR दर्ज कराने के लिए। इससे शर्मनाक इस देश के लिए क्या हो सकता है? सरकार को बताना पड़ेगा। स्टेटमेंट देने के लिए आप पार्लियामेंट में नहीं आए, लेकिन देश की सड़कों पे तो आना पड़ेगा आपको।
Well, the BJP says Rahul Gandhi's dharna wasn't a fight for justice, it was a fight for the cameras. Their argument, the alleged pellet victims had already approached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has already constituted an independent high-powered committee specifically empowered to examine whether pellets were fired and whether excessive force was used. So why did Rahul Gandhi need to descend on a police station and sit on dharna? Is it the new politics of anarchy or just camera-centric drama? Does Rahul Gandhi have no faith in judiciary, and all this is an attempt to divert attention from Vande Mataram Rao that finds Congress on the back foot?
एक हाई पावर्ड कमेटी बनाई है जिसकी अध्यक्षता एक रिटायर्ड सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज कर रहे हैं। उसमें 2 जज और हैं, एक CBI के पूर्व डायरेक्टर हैं और एक और बड़े अधिकारी हैं। तो इतनी हाई पावर्ड कमेटी में यह भी जांच का विषय होगा कि गोली चली या नहीं चली, तो ये क्या मतलब है इसका?
अब कांग्रेस पार्टी बच्चों और छात्रों के भविष्य को भी खत्म करने पर आमदा है। राहुल गांधी को यह समझ लेना चाहिए कि जनता उनके इस हिट एंड रन वाले रवैये को और राजनीतिक पाखंड को भली भांति पहचान चुकी है।
But what happened today raises more questions than answers. The BJP says that since Supreme Court mandated panel is probing alleged pellet use and police excesses, why can Congress not take the evidence there? Fair questions, but here's the uncomfortable one for the center for the BJP. So Sahil sought an FIR on the 14th of August. If it was warranted tonight, why wasn't it warranted earlier? At the same time, Rahul Gandhi also made 2 very serious allegations, and both now demand evidence. When the FIR wasn't being registered, Rahul claimed police officers told him, "Upar se order aaya hai." Their hands were tied because orders had come from the top. After the FIR was registered, he went further, claiming the final approval came from the Home Ministry and the Home Minister. But where is the proof of political interference? And if it exists, why has it not been put on record? Or should one assume that this Sadak Pe Faisla politics will be the new protest template? The signs are clearly there for everyone to see.
आज FIR हुई है, ये शुरुआत है. ये शुरुआत FIR से हुई है. खत्म ये इस्तीफों से होगा. इसका इस्तीफा होगा, आप भी जानते हैं, मैं भी जानता हूं.
And that brings us to the legitimate question that we are asking tonight. Dharna for FIR succeeds. Now, is Sadak Pe Faisla Rahul Gandhi's new political template? Let's open up the debate and let's take that question across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Tonight on the panel we have RP Singh, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We are also joined by Ishkaran Bhandari, Advocate Supreme Court, Harshvardhan Tripathi, Senior Journalist, Tehseen Poonawala, Political Analyst, Advocate Vandana Sinha, Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party also joins us, along with Abbas Haider, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Good evening to all of you. RP Singh ji, I want to begin with you. If Rahul Gandhi is spreading anarchy, if Rahul Gandhi is only doing all of this for footage and if he's only doing all of this for Nautanki, then why does the government send a minister when he's doing a dharna outside the Prime Minister's residence? And why today, end of the day, after Rahul Gandhi sits on a dharna, the Delhi police decides, okay, now we can register an FIR?
Well, let's understand about the FIR first. When you file a complaint, normal complaint, the police take cognizance of it and then in a process file a FIR. But in this case, since the matter was sub judice in the Supreme Court, and all FIRs which will be filed now or whatever complaints are being filed, they will go to Supreme Court committee only. I mean, the complete thing will be under the supervision of the committee, which is being under the guidance of the Supreme Court. But Rahul Gandhi was just doing it for dharna or drama because he thinks that doing all the theatric he can win some votes, and ultimately it's not helping him out also, because when it comes to talking on the subject,
legitimacy is being given to that drama. Also, this complaint was filed on the 14th of August. That's what the victim is claiming. If he's doing drama, then legitimacy is being given to that drama.
Well, it's not legitimacy being given to drama. It's trying to evade a situation where ruckus could be created. I mean, remember that he did a protest outside the Prime Minister's house. Minister, you raised a question that Minister went there to convince him that it's not the right place to do a drama or do a theatric there. He called for people, oh, log katthe ho jao, come and gather at this place and we'll stay overnight here. But ultimately, police took him from there and later on released him. That is a procedure which is there for any dharna or protest. Here also, police didn't want to create a situation where, again, the situation can go out of control.
So that's very interesting. So you're saying Rahul Gandhi is doing dharna, drama, and then you give in to the demands. But one second, sir. Like I said, the complaint was filed on the 14th of August.
No,
the victim says, leave Rahul Gandhi aside for a second. The victim and his family says they were made to run from pillar to post. They were not given any details about the officer, about who's going to handle the case. They kept on sending emails. There were multiple phone calls that were done as follow-ups. But when Rahul Gandhi sits on dharna, then the police conveniently says, okay, we are willing to register an FIR. Now I want to bring in Tehseen Poonawala to the debate. Tehseen Poonawala, for the Congress party these days, everything begins with nyay. Ladai for nyay. Okay, finish your point.
In between, the Supreme Court committee was formed, and then because of that, police wanted to hand over everything to the Supreme Court. All complaints, even otherwise also people who have been hit by pellet guns have filed a complaint with the Supreme Court committee now. All complaints are with the Supreme Court, which are being given to the Supreme Court committee now. So it's only theatric because they wanted to divert people's attention from the problem they are facing because of Vande Mataram, because of what they did on Vande Mataram, the hatred they have received because of repulsion toward Vande Mataram. That is the reason.
All right. Okay, you've made your point. You're saying that Congress was on back foot because of Vande Mataram, and that's why this dharna drama to divert attention. Let me now go across to Tehseen Poonawalla for a counter. Tehseen Poonawalla, everything begins for the Congress party these days with, this is fight for justice and it all ends with, ये सिर्फ शुरुआत है और असली वजह तो इस्तीफा है. BJP says ये सब, all of this is being done because you don't want to answer tough questions on Vande Mataram.
What sort of illogical argument is this? I mean, does it make any sense? The guy was hit with the pellet. 14th August, he filed a complaint. You've taken cognizance of the complaint. You give him a clear-cut writing answer, what is the issue. Now, this new nonsense that it was going to Supreme Court appointed committee. Supreme Court appointed committee looks into the overall macro. Now, Ishkaran's a brilliant lawyer. I may agree or disagree with Ishkaran, but if there's a crime committed, the FIR has to be filed and the FIR can go to the Supreme Court monitored committee. Supreme Court monitored company, Supreme Court judges will tell you, please file an FIR in this case. I mean, they are looking at the overall picture. Maybe that includes the pellet gun. Somebody's come and said, look, my rights have been violated. I've been hit by a pellet gun. I'd like to file a complaint and subsequently an FIR. File it, send it to the committee. What rubbish is this that Supreme Court will monitor whether an FIR? Is this why our Supreme Court is in India with absolute respect to file FIRs? With absolute respect to the Supreme Court? I mean, the police's job is every single thing in this country has become go to the courts, go to the courts. I mean, again, with a lot of respect to the courts, are the courts running the country or the government? Now today, just now we've got a letter.
Okay, so there are two lawyers on the panel, Tehseen. We'll see clarity from them. One second, allow me to ask you a question. We will see clarity from them on the legal aspect, but tell me something. If this was about Sahil and Nyaya for Sahil, then, right when there is an announcement that the Delhi police is going to file an FIR, yes, that case will be taken care of. Rahul Gandhi says it's the pehla hi step hai. Pawan Kheda says, ultimately it's about istifa. So what really is the objective here?
No. Now let me come. Just there are two aspects to this. Now this nonsense that has started. Go to courts, go to courts, go to courts. Why aren't you going to courts? Courts are doing this. It's absolute nonsensical. And I'm telling you the day is not far. You can disagree with me. When courts will summon the Prime Minister of the country, courts cannot be given this much power with respect to the courts. What is going on? Now today, I'll tell you what happened with me. Tomorrow we want to protest on this sugar scam. Tomorrow we want to protest on the sugar scam. Right now in the evening, police are saying you can't take permission. We will not give you permission to protest. Some nonsensical reason they give. Now BJP tells me go to court. Then who's running this country? Courts are running this country. Now with this regime, Rahul Gandhi may want Amit Shah ji to resign. He may want Narendra Modi ji to resign. He may want
Donald Trump. But the court has constituted a high-powered committee, right?
Swati,
the court has constituted a high-powered committee that is going to look into all these angles.
Swati, again, Swati, I have to repeat the same thing again. So I'll repeat it again because it's the same question again. We have to move on from that. Let me again explain it, but I want to make another.
No, I am asking you two questions. You're not responding to the other one. I said we can go to Ishkaran and continue our debate on the legal angle, but you're not answering the other question.
No. You are again asking me about a high-powered committee. Great, it's set up a high-powered committee. So it'll look into it. Please understand, let's say, hypothetically, the court sets up a high-powered committee to say traffic violations and signals are being broken. That's hypothetically. And I come and I break a signal. So the police won't take action. They say go to a high-powered committee. What nonsense is this? The high-powered committee will look into...
Okay, that is nonsense, but tell me, does it make sense?
Allow me to finish.
Okay.
It's very difficult to explain. It's technically...
No, once again, you are repeating the same point again and again. You're repeating the same point again and again.
You asked me that again, the high-powered committee. I've moved on from that. So I'm repeating it. That has got nothing to do.
And there was one more question along with it. But finish your point.
Give you the reference on the
Okay, can I just...
No, allow Tehseen to finish, sir. Then there are other panelists also waiting.
Just allow the viewers to understand in sequence. Yes, there's a high-powered committee. It look into macro issues. Supreme Court or any committee is not supposed to file FIR. FIR, if there's injustice, they will direct. But FIR as a matter of right has to be filed. That's one. Number two, Rahul Gandhi ji may want Amit Shah ji's resignation, Narendra Modi ji's resignation, Donald Trump's resignation. It is his political demand. It has nothing to do with anybody. They have to follow the law. The law's got nothing to do with politics. He's a politician. He make political demands.
But he is mixing the issues.
Third point.
One second. He's mixing up the issues when he says... One second. He is mixing up the issues... One second. He's mixing up the issues when he says, ऊपर से order आया है, sir. Rahul Gandhi says, ऊपर से order आया है police officers को to not act. Then he says, a clearance came in from the Home Ministry and Amit Shah. इसलिए अब case register हो रहा है. Isn't Rahul Gandhi bringing in the political angle?
Yeah, which is why the police, मुझे भी पुलिस से बोला ऊपर से ऑर्डर आप नहीं कर सकते प्रोटेस्ट, आप जाओ कोर्ट. So it is how police talk. He's saying it again.
Okay.
All of it is irrelevant. The point is they have to do their duty. He can want anything. They can tell him anything. That are they doing their duty? They're not, and they're putting it on the Supreme Court.
No, that's the whole point. कोर्ट में ना कोई भी कुछ भी बोल के निकल नहीं सकता. कोर्ट में कोई कुछ भी बोलकर नहीं निकल सकता. You have to place evidence on record. Now let me bring in Ishkaran Mandari. Ishkaran Mandari, if the FIR can be registered today, why couldn't the police register an FIR on the 14th of August or maybe a couple of days after that? Why was Sahil and the family made to run from pillar to post? There was another argument that there is a high-powered committee now, so why you're doing this drama and dharna? But ultimately, the Delhi police decided, okay, fine, let's register an FIR.
Yeah. So there are two aspects to this. One is the legal and the other is the political. The legal may be boring, the legal may be technical, but we have to understand it, and then I will come to the politics. Now what Tehseen says is partly right, that there was no stay order. The police, if it wanted, could have registered the FIR, but that is technically correct only to the extent as somebody who does not practice law may believe it. Because what happens practically, forget Supreme Court, if in a sensitive matter, High Court is seized of a matter, then the administration and police usually stays its hand. It waits for the order of the court to come and then it decides how it will proceed further, because it knows that applications have been moved before the court and let us see what the court does, then it usually acts. Now that is in practice, which any lawyer will tell you what happens in sensitive matters. In this case, what happened? The Supreme Court then went further and decided that there will be a high-powered committee, and that committee has to look into grievances of both the sides, police officers injured or protesters injured, and has wide powers and is constituted by a former judge of the Supreme Court. Now there are people who find problems with that committee also. Mr. Prashant Bhushan has come out and has raised questions on the committee also. So you never stop. What happens practically in an administration, we have to understand, when a matter is seized by the Supreme Court, is usually a conservative approach. Now the other aspect, which is politics, that is for, of course, the BJP to answer, that if Mr. Rahul Gandhi is able to find gaps between what happens practically in a court, what will be the public perception, what will happen in media, that is the job of opposition or the ruling party to answer. But technically, the police was acting as the standard practice. And now if that becomes a political debate, that would have to play out, because also remember, they are not registering FIRs on all these today or last 2 days on all these protesters who were violent also, all the criminals who were there also, because generally the police stays its hand when a matter is in the court.
All right. So you have settled the legal debate. Now let me go across to, okay, one second. Let me go across to Advocate Vandana Sinha. Advocate Vandana Sinha, after the Delhi police said that they, one second, allow me to ask a question to Vandana. After the Delhi police said that they are now going to file an FIR, a FIR will be registered, the Congress party says, Sarkar jhukti hai, jhukane wala chahiye. It's because of Rahul Gandhi's dharna, 7.5 hours. The LOP sat inside the police station. It is only because of that pressure that the police is ready to register an FIR, or Sarkar jhuk gayi hai.
Swati, we welcome the registration of FIR. But the FIR which has been registered today, it would have been done a month ago, because it was evident from various videos, it was evident from various aspects that pellet gun has been used, that excessive force was used, that tear gas was utilized. But unfortunately, despite all these things, our Home Minister Amit Shah went missing for the whole entire parliament session. And when it was also evident that for 20 days when our youth were protesting in the Jantar Mantar, I think Rahul Gandhi was also missing at that point of time. And when they have been taken on the 20th of July, when they have been taken to the police custody, Arvind Kejriwal was running from pillar to post to get the children released from the police stations.
So is he only... Okay, so does he only want to take credit now? And that's why you see Rahul Gandhi doing dharna sometimes outside the Prime Minister's residence now, outside the police station?
let me finish. So Rahul Gandhi, this is sometimes it raises a serious question also. The 20 days the student was protesting in the Jantar Mantar, but government was totally different. He never came and he did not pay a single hit to the students. All of a sudden, Rahul Gandhi came from some Videsh and he started a separate agitation. So he sat in front of the PM house, and all of a sudden, 2 cabinet ministers come and ready to speak with the Rahul Gandhi. Now, it has been it's almost 1 month. The pellet gun was utilized on 22nd of July. It was admitted by the deputy commandant that pellet gun was used. So and on 14th of August,
so Vandana, what are you trying to say? Are you giving credit to Rahul Gandhi or not? Are you saying it has happened because of Rahul Gandhi?
This is what I feel there is a serious question. Why when this complainant was running from pillar to post, nothing has been done. All of the Rahul Gandhi again come, and then FIR has been registered. So it raises a serious question whether there is some kind of collusion between BJP or Congress. Therefore, when Rahul Gandhi
collusion,
all of a sudden.
It's not just about credit anymore. Not just about credit anymore. Collusion, says Vandana. Tehsin, respond to that. Respond to that. If the government was MIA, so was Rahul Gandhi.
What nonsense now? You can talk any nonsense, on national TV and get away with it.
Everything is nonsense for you on debate today.
What do you say he was MI in action? Times Now was covering him in front of the Prime Minister's house. Times Now was covering him in front of the Prime Minister's house.
What she meant was, when the students were protesting at Jantar Mantar, Rahul Gandhi was nowhere to be seen. And then he came at the Prime Minister's residence to protest there. That's what she meant.
My point, मत रखो यार मुझे, मैं कहा मत रखो मुझे, रख रहे हो तो बोलने दो, मत बीच में बोलो यार, पहले आप डीले, please मुझे, and don't interrupt me, I'm requesting you, I'm making a couple of points. Times Now covered him in front of the Prime Minister's house.
Make your points.
Yeah, thank you. I'm talking, Jitendra Singh ji went and spoke to him. Now you can agree, disagree with Congress, BJP. They were both there. The demand is Amit Shah ji goes. You're coming and talking a fourth thing, both of them are missing in action. What is this? What is the issue? Please, we've lost track of the issue. We go everywhere. The issue is, there is somebody who says, I was assaulted with a pellet gun. Point number 1. Police says the matter is sub judice because the Supreme Court took cognizance and made a high-powered committee. Okay. But legally, the police could have filed an FIR, which they were avoiding, as Ishkaran rightly said, that they can tend to avoid it. But you could have just filed the FIR and let the matter go. He said they got the FIR filed. Now, whatever subsequently are his political demands, that Donald Trump should go, Modi ji should go, Amit Shah ji should go, political demands. Whatever BJP wants to attack him are political demands. None of this is legally relevant. Point is, an FIR could be filed, it's filed. That is it. There is nothing more to this case. That is. Now police should investigate, and the officer who got it will be made answerable before both the high-powered committee and the court of
You
law.
only want to focus on the legal aspect. You are only focusing on the legal aspect.
On both.
There is a political angle to it as well. There is a political angle to it as well. Now let me bring in Harshvardhan Tripathi. 1 second. Let me bring in Harshvardhan Tripathi. Harshvardhan Tripathi, बीजेपी को कांग्रेस पार्टी की नौटंकी दिखाई दे रही थी, कांग्रेस को होम मिनिस्टर दिखाई दे रहे थे, दोनों में से किसी को भी साहिल नहीं दिखाई दिया, ना उसकी पेलेट गन की इंजरीज दिखाई दी. क्या दोनों ही तरफ से आपको लगता है कि ये ऑपर्चुनिज्म है कि राहुल गांधी प्रेशर बना रहे हैं तो कोई फैसला ले लो जल्दी से, वरना किस तरह का संदेश जाएगा? और कांग्रेस को भी अब कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया है कि जब भी राहुल गांधी कोई धरना करेंगे तो उसका जो अंत में रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो कांग्रेस के फायदे में जाएगा.
देखिए स्वाति जी, ये अब सरकार को तय करना है कि उनके कम्युनिकेशन का स्टाइल क्या होगा. आमतौर पर प्रदर्शन में चोट लगती है, बहुत सी ऐसी घटनाएं होती है, लेकिन कभी इस तरह की एफआईआर नहीं होती. कोई प्रेसिडेंस ऐसा नहीं रहा है कि कोई ऐसी एफआईआर हो. लेकिन जब साहिल ने कुछ दिन पहले, जितने दिन पहले दिया हो एक एप्लीकेशन, क्योंकि तरीका यही होता है कि तहरीर दी जाती है, उसके बाद वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद वो एफआईआर में कन्वर्ट होती है, क्योंकि जिससे कि कोई भी आके एफआईआर न करा दे पुलिस पर लोड डालने के लिए. सवाल ये है कि जब सरकार को ये बात पता है, राहुल गांधी इससे पहले भी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर चुके हैं और राहुल गांधी नेता प्रतिपक्ष हैं, तो वो राजनीति करेंगे. वो अगर कोई ऐसा अवसर मिलेगा सरकार को तो घेरेंगे. सरकार को ये बात क्यों नहीं समझ में आई? और अगर टेक्निकलिटी थी तो या तो एफआईआर नहीं होती, लेकिन अगर एफआईआर होने की स्थिति थी तो एफआईआर करने में क्या दिक्कत है? एफआईआर आप कर लेते, जांच करते, सुप्रीम कोर्ट की हाई कोर्ट कमेटी उसकी जांच करते, उसके बाद भी होगा. पॉलिटिकली इस पे ज्यादा बात करने लायक है, क्योंकि लीगल से ज्यादा पॉलिटिकल मसला है. पॉलिटिकली साफ दिख रहा है कि सरकार इस बात का अनुमान नहीं लगा पाई. सरकार जिस तरह से राहुल गांधी आए, और राहुल गांधी अगर एफआईआर करनी ही थी तो पहले ही कर लेते, राहुल गांधी पहुंचते उससे पहले एफआईआर हो जाती, क्या उसकी कॉपी रिलीज कर देते। मेरा ये मानना है कि जो भी मतलब जिस भी तरह से इसको तय किया गया, होम मिनिस्ट्री ने तय किया, पुलिस ने तय किया, ये बिल्कुल राहुल गांधी को पॉइंट देने जैसा है और नेता प्रतिपक्ष के तौर पर उनको जहां ये अवसर मिलेगा वो ये काम करेंगे, इसमें कोई इम्पट तो है नहीं। और मैं तो ये नहीं समझ पा रहा हूं कि सरकार अभी तक ये उस दिन का जो भी इवेंट है उसको प्रॉपर क्यों नहीं बता रही। ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ उनको बताना चाहिए कि क्या कुछ हुआ है, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि ऐसे में कुछ चीजें जो सामने बहुत देर में आती, मान लीजिए कि साहिल के ऊपर अगर सरकार करेगी लेकिन तो पैलेट गन अगर किसी
जो आप क्लैरिफिकेशन की और क्लैरिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, वो क्लैरिफिकेशन और क्लैरिटी शायद संसद में आती, शायद जब ये सवाल पूछे जाते तो जवाब मिलता होम मिनिस्टर से, लेकिन वो हो नहीं पाया। अब ऑपोजिशन कह रही है सरकार की गलती, द गवर्नमेंट सेज द ऑपोजिशन डिड नॉट अलाउ द हाउस टू फंक्शन, बट अब्बास, इज दिस द न्यू नॉर्मल, द न्यू ट्रेंड नाउ that the decisions will be taken on sadak rather than संसद?
अगर पार्लियामेंट में जवाब नहीं मिला तो भी ये क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट, इट इज वेरी
ठीक है, क्लैरिटी देने के कई जरिए हैं, ठीक बात है। अब्बास,
19-year-old boy who was see, it is very unfortunate and serious matter when a 19-year-old boy who was protesting and he was hit by pellet guns and he just want to get his FIR registered. Why is the government not ready to do that? Even the leader of opposition has to sit on a dharna to get an FIR registered, which is a basic constitutional remedy of every citizen. That is one thing. Second thing, even the inquiry committee which has been set up by the Honorable Supreme Court will ask the complainant that why have you not filed an FIR? The thing is, see, the complainant has been running from pillar to post from the 14th of August. The Supreme Court has constituted the committee on after the 18th of August. So why the inquiry? Why the
I have to wrap up, but I think RP Singh, you should respond. A couple of seconds to you, RP Singh, you should respond to this. You've served this on a platter to Rahul Gandhi. Yes, the allegation is that you've served this on a platter to Rahul Gandhi. Please respond.
No, people can see through the theatric of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, but let me just read out the first term of the committee. The term of the committee says the police action and excesses investigate allegation regarding the deployment of excessive disappropriate forces by Delhi police and paramilitary forces against the student protesters. I mean, this is the first term of reference. But Rahul Gandhi is Rahul Gandhi, because I told you he wanted to divert people's attention from the Vande Mataram issue. So
who gave room and scope for him to be like that, sir? That's the question that was asked. And if the FIR can be registered today, why was it not done on the 14th or maybe 15th or maybe 16th? That question has not been answered. Yahi Harshvardhan Tripathi keh rahe, clarity nahi di gayi. All right, now we've heard the panelists. I want to put the spotlight also on how people have responded. What are their thoughts on this issue? So Dharna for FIR has succeeded now. But is Sadak Pe Faisla Rahul Gandhi's new political template? And 75% people have voted yes. They say yes, this is the new template for Rahul Gandhi. Faisla Sadak Pe hoga. 19% people say no and 6% have not been able to make up their mind on the issue. Let's move on now. Let's shift our focus to debate number 2.